She said, "I'm not cutting off my ex just because you're feeling insecure." "Fair enough," I replied. Then I accepted the job offer in Amsterdam, the one I had turned down 3 times before because of her. She knew I meant it when she showed up at my apartment to talk things out, only to have the new tenant open the door. Hey everyone, before we dive into the story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button if you enjoy hearing real-life stories like this. Thanks for the support. So, quick disclaimer, this is a throwaway account because this story got way too personal, and I'd rather keep the drama in the past. But if you're here for some satisfying relationship karma, stay tuned. This is how my ex, Emily, unknowingly gave me a better life through betrayal that turned out to be a blessing. IATA for finally prioritizing myself after years of being her emotional doormat? Spoiler, I don't think so. Let's start from the beginning, because context is everything. I met Emily about 4 years ago at a mutual friend's birthday party in the city. She was this lively marketing graduate with big dreams of making it to the top of the corporate world. At the time, I was finding success as a software engineer at a stable tech firm. We connected instantly, bonding over bad karaoke, late-night talks about goals, and shared ambitions. I fell hard for her, and it seemed like she felt the same. Early on, she mentioned her ex, Jake. They had dated for 2 years during college, but it ended badly. According to her, Jake was the adventurous type, always chasing excitement with random road trips or quitting jobs without a plan. She described him as unreliable, someone who left her feeling uncertain. I was the opposite: steady career, financial stability, and a clear path ahead. That's what she said she appreciated about me. Fast forward a bit, and I started making sacrifices without realizing how uneven things had become. Then, Emily hit a tough period not long after we got serious. She lost her entry-level job because of downsizing and began struggling with anxiety over her future. I stepped in, covered her rent for a few months, helped her refine her resume, even introduced her to contacts in my professional circle. Eventually, she found a solid position in digital marketing, and for a while, things seemed back on track. But that's when Jake started reappearing. At first, in ways that seemed harmless. It started with a few texts here and there, just checking in as friends, she'd say. I'd notice his name appear on her phone during movie nights, and she'd brush it off with a laugh. "Oh, Jake just sent a funny meme from our old group chat. It's nothing." But it didn't stop there. She began liking his social media posts. Photos of him hiking in remote places or attending music festivals. Every picture seemed to shout, "Look at my exciting life." I brought it up once, saying casually, "It kind of bothers me that you're still this close to your ex." Her reaction was defensive. "Alex, stop being insecure. Jake's just a friend now. We have history, that's all." That word, history, started to wear on me. I'd overhear parts of their phone calls, her laughing at his jokes or venting to him about work problems instead of talking to me. One night, after a long day, I found her looking through old photos on her phone. There was one of her and Jake at the beach, arms around each other, smiling and carefree. I asked why she still had those pictures. She snapped, "You don't just delete memories because someone new shows up. Why are you always so paranoid?" But I wasn't paranoid. I was loyal, invested, and maybe a little too trusting. I genuinely loved her, so I kept trying to believe in us. Meanwhile, my career was moving forward. 2 years into our relationship, I received an offer from my company's Amsterdam office. A senior developer role with a major salary increase, relocation support, and the chance to work on advanced AI projects. It was everything I'd worked for. A dream job, the opportunity to live in Europe and experience new cultures. But Emily had just started to find her footing at her new job, and the idea of relocating sent her into a panic. I can't just uproot my life right now, Alex. What about my friends, my family, and Jake's here too? He's going through a tough time, and I want to be there for him. Wait, what? Jake's situation mattered more than our future together? But I let it go. I declined the Amsterdam offer for her. That night, she hugged me tightly and whispered how much it meant. You're my rock, Alex. I don't know what I'd do without you. 6 months later, the same opportunity came back. Same position, even better terms. By then, Emily seemed settled and doing well. But when I mentioned it, she hesitated. Amsterdam sounds amazing, but I'm not sure. I'm ready for such a big change. And Jake just got dumped. He's struggling. I feel awful leaving everyone behind. Once again, I turned it down. Told myself it was for us. My boss couldn't believe it. This is career suicide, man. Offers like that don't come twice. The third offer came last year. But by then, things between Emily and me were tense. Her friendship with Jake had grown stronger. Coffee meetups she brushed off as casual. Late-night texts she'd minimize or hide when I entered the room. She'd make subtle comparisons. Jake's starting this adventure travel blog. It's so inspiring. Your job's great, but it's just predictable. That word stung. I was the one paying the bills, planning our weekends, and standing by her through every setback. Yet somehow I was predictable. When the Amsterdam email arrived, I brought it up over dinner. Emily, this could be a huge step for us, a fresh start, a better life. She sighed, twirling her fork. I get that, but I'm happy here. And honestly, if you're only pushing this because you're jealous of Jake, that's your issue. Jealous? Maybe a little. But it wasn't about that. It was about respect. Look, if we're serious, maybe set some boundaries. The constant contact with him, it feels like emotional cheating. Her expression hardened. Emotional cheating? Wow, Alex, that's dramatic. I'm not cutting off my ex just because you're insecure. People can stay friends after dating. Grow up. That hit hard. I'd sacrificed career growth and stability to support her, and now I was being called insecure. I stared at my plate, feeling the weight of 3 declined offers pressing down on me. But I didn't argue. Not this time. I simply nodded. Fail point. And in that moment, something changed. I excused myself. Went to the bedroom and opened my laptop. I replied to the email. Accepted. Start date 2 months. No big announcement, no argument, just a quiet decision to stop being her safety net. Over the next few weeks, things slowly unraveled. Emily acted like nothing was different, still texting Jake openly, posting vague stories about cherishing old connections. I kept my acceptance to myself, quietly wrapping things up at work and subletting the apartment without drawing attention. Inside, I was a mess, constantly replaying every sacrifice I'd made for her. Why had I turned down Amsterdam 3 times? For someone who thought I was predictable? The thought ate away at me during long walks alone, staring at the city lights and wondering if I had spent years investing in something one-sided. But I didn't confront her. I just detached, packing boxes in silence while she was out, focusing on the logistics of leaving. It felt surreal, like watching my own life unfold from a distance. Realizing the twist was simply me finally choosing myself. Things came to a head about a month before my move. Emily had grown distant, spending more evenings out with friends, which I suspected meant Jake. I noticed her liking his posts again, one showing him at a bar with other women, looking smug as ever. That night, she came home late, a little tipsy, and dropped onto the couch with a sigh. "We need to talk, Alex." I knew what was coming. I sat across from her, calm. "Okay, what's on your mind?" She toyed with her phone, avoiding my eyes. "This isn't working. You're suffocating me with all this jealousy. Jake and I are just friends, but you keep making it into something else. I need space to figure out what I want." "Space, huh? What you want? You mean like with Jake?" I asked. She rolled her eyes, a faint smirk forming. "See, that's exactly what I mean. Insecure Alex. Jake gets me. He's fun, spontaneous. We talk about real things without judgment. You're just safe, always planning, avoiding risk. You even turned down Amsterdam because you're afraid of change." I almost laughed at the irony, but held it back. "I turned it down for you, Emily, 3 times. She brushed it off. "Whatever. The point is, I deserve someone who matches my energy. Jake's not perfect, but at least he doesn't hold me back. I'm not saying I'm going back to him, but yeah, we're hanging out more. It's mostly platonic, but you're keeping me from being myself." Her words cut deep, laced with self-righteous logic. "So, you're choosing his friendship over us? Why does it have to be a choice?" She shot back. "But if you're making it one, then yes, I'm not cutting him off just because you feel threatened. That's manipulative, Alex. If you trusted me, we wouldn't have this problem." "Manipulative? From the same woman who guilted me into staying while flirting with her ex." She leaned back, arms crossed, confident in her reasoning. "I think we should take a break, maybe for good. I'll stay at a friend's tonight. You need time to realize how controlling you've been." I didn't argue or plead. I just looked at her steadily. "Fair point. If that's what you want, go ahead." She hesitated, clearly expecting a fight. "Wait, that's it? No, please stay? You're just fine with this?" "What do you want me to say, Emily? You've already made your choice." She grabbed her bag, scoffing. "Fine, whatever. You'll regret this when you realize no one wants your boring routine." Then she stormed out, slamming the door behind her. I heard her mutter something about being finally free. How had her so-called platonic friendship led to all this? Was I really the insecure one, or had she been manipulating me the entire time? It felt unfair, especially after everything I'd done for her. I started journaling and even spoke to a therapist friend anonymously. "You're not crazy," he said. "That's emotional abandonment." It helped a little, but the pain was still real. I didn't rush the healing. I let it run its course. Amsterdam started to feel like a lifeline, a chance to rebuild from the wreckage she left behind. The move didn't happen overnight. It took careful planning. With 2 weeks left before my flight, I focused on wrapping things up, shipping essentials, handing off projects, hitting the gym to clear my head. Inside, something shifted. I went from feeling broken to quietly determined. "This is my life," I told myself in the mirror, "not hers to control anymore." A few days after the breakup, Emily tried reaching out, probably assuming I'd chase her. A text came through a mutual friend's phone. "Hey, it's Em. My phone's acting up. Can we talk?" I didn't mean for things to end like that. I ignored it. Then came an email. "Alex, come on. You're being childish. Let's meet and talk like adults." Still nothing from me. I was done engaging. Words spread through our circle. One friend messaged me, "Dude, Emily's telling everyone you overreacted about Jake. Says you're ghosting her out of spite. I didn't defend myself. I just said, we wanted different things. I wish her well. No bad-mouthing. No details about Amsterdam. That was mine alone. The day before my flight, I handed the keys to the new tenant, a quiet grad student who knew nothing of the backstory. Place is yours now. Good luck, I said, and left. I checked into a hotel near the airport, feeling a mix of nerves and freedom. For the first time in years, I wasn't adjusting my plans for someone else. Landing in Amsterdam was surreal. The canals, the bikes, the clean slate. My new team welcomed me warmly, inviting me to dinners and sharing local tips. The job was demanding but deeply rewarding. Finally working on the kind of projects I'd only dreamed about. I rented a small apartment overlooking a park, spent weekends at museums, and even picked up some Dutch phrases. The confusion faded into clarity. I'd been holding myself back for her. Now I was free. Friends back home occasionally updated me. Emily's with Jake now, looks official. At first, I thought, good for them. But over time, that inner voice grew louder. No more what-ifs, just gratitude that I'd finally chosen myself. Then karma started rolling in. Slowly at first, then all at once. I wasn't seeking it. I didn't check her socials or ask around. But updates trickled in through mutuals who couldn't resist sharing. About a month after moving, a friend messaged me. Hey man, Emily and Jake are a thing now. She's posting couple photos at some festival. I chuckled, sipping coffee by the canals. Predictable. But apparently, it didn't last long. Jake's adventurous lifestyle came with debt, credit cards maxed, no stable job, just gig work. Emily, fresh off our breakup, had quit her marketing job to join him on the road. Her dream of being a travel blogger collapsed fast. They bounced between cities, funded mostly by her savings, the same ones I'd helped her build. Soon, friends began to distance themselves. People saw through her story, especially after she badmouthed me at a gathering. Alex was too safe. Jake's real passion, she'd said. Then reality hit. Jake got volatile. Arguments about money, flirting openly with others. Emily confided in a mutual friend, bailed on me in some random town, left me with the hotel bill. The irony was painful but poetic. She returned home, broke and jobless, relying on credit to survive. Her once confident social media posts turned into vague quotes about growth through pain. Her family had grown tired of her choices. Her sister, who once defended her, admitted she'd spiraled. Jake had used her and disappeared. Without the professional network I'd helped her build, she struggled to find new work. Employers flagged her sudden resignation. Isolation took hold. Friends who once supported her now saw the truth. She'd left a good man for a fantasy. Then came the moment that stung her most. A former coworker mentioned my Amsterdam move in a group chat she was still in. Alex is thriving, senior role traveling Europe every weekend. Her reply? Silence, then a wave of unfollows. I didn't celebrate. I didn't need to. Sitting in my Amsterdam apartment, hosting dinner for new colleagues, I simply felt peace. Her downfall wasn't dramatic. It was gradual and deserved. Choices have consequences. Meanwhile, I was thriving. Promotion talks, weekend trips to Paris, casual dating, real independence. Karma didn't just strike. It highlighted how far I'd come. She tossed me aside as predictable, only to watch her own chaos unfold. Her attempts to reconnect started subtly, then turned desperate. 3 months in, an email slipped through my work inbox. My personal one was blocked. "Hey, heard you're in Amsterdam. That's amazing. I know things ended badly, but I miss talking. Jake was a mistake. Can we chat?" I read it at a cafe, the city buzzing around me. No sympathy surfaced. She'd mocked me for setting boundaries. Now she wanted the stability she once resented. I archived it and moved on. Then came new numbers. "It's Emily. Please don't ignore me. I messed up." Jake turned abusive, controlling. He cut me off from everyone. "I see now how good you were." Calls followed, voicemails piling up. "Alex, pick up. I'm sorry. I was arrogant. You didn't deserve that. Let's talk. I can come to Amsterdam." Her tone shifted from regret to desperation. "Why are you being so cold? Jake left me broke and alone. My family's worried. Please answer." Then her family got involved. Her sister Lisa DM'd me. "Hey jerk, Emily's crying nonstop. You're cruel for ghosting her. She deserves closure." Her mom called from a private number, guilt dripping in her voice. "Alex, honey, she's not well. She lost her job, her friends. Please be the bigger person." I ignored them all, blocked what I could, deleted the rest. Then came her final angry message. "You're heartless, Alex. Loving this, aren't you? Jake was right. You're boring and vindictive." The hypocrisy was unreal. Even mutual friends started getting dragged in. "Dude, Emily's harassing me to talk to you. Her sister's calling you names." Through it all, I stayed calm. "Sorry to hear that," was all I said. Her true colors were clear. She only valued me when things went wrong. The desperation escalated. "Please, Alex, I need help. I'm in debt. Might lose my place. Remember when you helped before? Just talk to me." Power shift complete. The one who'd left smugly was now begging. The final chapter came unexpectedly, at a mutual friend's wedding back home. My first trip back in 6 months. The venue was beautiful, lights twinkling, laughter in the air. I was catching up with old friends, confident, at ease. Then I saw her, Emily, disheveled in a wrinkled dress, eyes red from crying. She cornered me by the bar. "Alex, you're here. You look great. I flew back early when I heard. Please, we need to talk." "Emily," I said calmly, "this isn't the place." "Please," she whispered, "Jake was a disaster. He cheated, drained my savings, ruined everything. I see now you were my rock. I threw it away for excitement. Let's start over. I can move to Amsterdam." Her words hung heavy, but I felt nothing. I set my glass down and said quietly, "You've said your piece, but that chapter's closed. I've built something new. You're not part of it anymore." Tears welled up. "That's it? After everything you're just done? My family says you're heartless." "Tell them I said hi," I replied evenly. "But their opinions don't matter. Neither does yours. I've moved on." She froze, realizing the reversal. Me thriving, her lost. She muttered, "You'll regret this," then walked away, shoulders slumped. I turned back to my friends, lifted my glass, and smiled. For the first time, I felt complete peace. Back in Amsterdam, life moved forward. Promotion sealed, promising dates, no backward glances. Karma had done its job. I didn't have to win. I just had to evolve. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories like this. What do you think? Was Alex right to walk away? Let us know in the comments.